Flagstaff, take one. Now this is the part where I get to tell you about the flagstaff. This flagstaff has different pieces to it. It's made up of things that we use in E&I all the time on a consistent basis. You've got our manhole racks that we use, and I cut them in half, and I put them through this with a through bolt, because we use through bolts on the poles. And I used to tighten each one of these up. I didn't use the proper tool, just like E&I doesn't use a proper tool all the time. I used my Leatherman. And if you give a good cable dog a Leatherman, a cable knife, and snips, you can do anything. Do anything. Anything. And then I used shackles as well for attaching the flag to it. The next part is oak. I chose oak because of the strength of oak. E&I is strong. E&I has been around a while, and oak is strong. Why? Because of the grain, the tightness, the strength of the grain. The grain is each one of the individuals that make up E&I. We are a team. We go out as teams. We accomplish great things as teams, not individuals. Not individuals, as teams. Just like the grain in the oak, that's what gives it the strength, is the tightness of the grain. It also has a tremendous resistance to decay. That's oak, and that's E&I. E&I has been around a long time, and it has a tremendous resistance to decay. The resistance to decay comes from here. It comes from the heart. It comes from the heart of E&I. E&I is not like COM. It's not like anything else. COM and E&I are like a baseball and golf. They're two different sports. They're both played with a little white ball, and they both use a stick, but they're different animals. E&I should not become what COM is. COM should not become what E&I is. Should not blend the two together. They don't need to be. They should not be. They have different missions, different purposes. Just like golf and baseball. It's different. It's different for a purpose. We cannot lose sight of that. Once we lose sight of that, we lose sight of who we are as E&I. And we cannot lose sight of that. And the grain, back to oak, the strength of the grain, the tightness of the individuals that make up the various units of E&I. That's what gives us the strength. That's what gives us the perseverance to become who we have become. And the second thing, I stained it. I went and bought these two pieces of oak. They were two pieces. They joined together. And I put some screws. I put 3 screws and these bolts. And then I stained it. What color of stain? Well, I chose Early American. Why did I choose Early American? Now, don't get me wrong. I may be a little bit corny, and I may be a little bit nostalgic, but that's just me. That's okay. Oak and the stain is Early American. I lost my train of thought there for a minute, but that's okay. I'm 54. I can do that. The stain is Early American because The early Americans, they strength, strength and courage, courage to do what nobody else could. That's what E&I has done. We've done a lot of things that nobody else could do. We're in a deployed location, and we get things accomplished. Let me tell you a little story about my beloved E&I. And let me tell you what. Sometimes you think why you get deployed. You get deployed because, well, I'm going to make some money. I'm going to get to double dip, or I'm going to get to get the time off of my retirement because of Title 10 orders. I'm going to get to do all these things. Well, there's more to deployment than that, and most of you know that. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you what you do when you're over there, what you accomplish, what you have accomplished while you're over there. Cut.